Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope that you guys are doing amazing and fantastic and wonderful. How is the sort of ending of summer for you? Not really ending, except like where I'm at, not ending at all. I am so excited to meet with you guys tonight and talk about two parts sugar, one part murder by Valerie Burns, aka VM Burns, and this is probably one of my first Valerie Burns books. Hello, Cleo. I am also in a new spot in my office. I thought that it would be nice to like cozy up in my hello, Cleo, cozy up in my reading chair with my footrest and just sort of like relax and and then of course Cleo just loves it because guys, look, she's just all in my lap. Isn't that right? Say hi. Yeah, you like this better, huh? Let's see. Hi guys. Marilyn is here. We've got Renee. Hi Lisa. Hi Cat Reads. KJ, so good to see you. Alicia. Oh, thank you. So let me see. Oh, right here. Yeah. So I got this, I think from Target, like, I don't know, over like 7 or 8 years ago. And the glass broke on it when we moved. And so it's just the watercolor painting, but it doesn't like shine, which is nice. Hey, how are you? All the love to Cleo, except now she's trying to eat my plants, which we're not going to let you do because it'll give you tummy ache. We've read, oh, we did. Yes, you are right, KJ. Thank you for letting me know. Ashley, hi, how are you? Sometimes it's really hard to keep up with all of the Cozy Pen names. Hi, Ellen, how are you? I hope you liked your book recommendation today because I was able to go through for anyone who pays for a tier or the Cozy Matchmaking tier. I went through and I sent out cozy recommendations today. Hi Amber, so good to see you guys. I feel like it has been forever and a day, and I just wanted to say how much I missed you all. So, um, uh, and I am, what was the book? Yeah, I need to go back and look. KJ will probably remember. So we read 2 parts sugar, 1 part murder for the animal cozy theme for August. And let me read the synopsis for those that are joining us but haven't read it. When Maddie Montgomery's groom is a no-show to their live stream wedding, it is a disaster that no amount of filtering can fix. But a surprise inheritance offers a chance to regroup and rebrand. As long as Maddie is willing to live in her late great aunt Octavia's house in New Bison, Michigan for a year, running her bakery and caring for a 250-pound English Mastiff named Baby. Maddie doesn't bake, and her Louboutins aren't made for walking giant dogs around Lake Michigan. But the locals are friendly, and the scenery is beautiful. With the help from her aunt's loyal friends, aka the Baker Street Irregulars, which was fantastic. Maddie feels ready to tackle any challenge, including Octavia's award-winning cake recipe. That is until New Bison Mayor is fatally stabbed and Maddie's fingerprints are found on the knife. Something strange is going on in New Bison. It seems Aunt Octavia had her suspicions too, but Maddie's going to need a whole lot more than a trending hashtag to save her reputation and her life. Oh my goodness, guys. So what are your Clio ratings or your star ratings? I want to know. Because I am I am obsessed, if you can't tell. If you follow me on Goodreads, you always get to see my star ratings before I even talk about it on here. But I need to know all of your guys' thoughts on it. Um I loved both of the books in this series, and I hope she writes more. Yeah. Needless to say, Anne, I have the next book on my TBR. I can't wait. Oh, Amber says that, oh yeah, we read The Plot is Murder. Great book. Alicia Peacock said 4 Cleos. Really enjoyed this book. Lisa, I knew you would love this book, Lisa. I just knew it. As I'm reading this book, I was like, this is a perfect Lisa book. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. We've got 4 stars. Marilyn says 3 stars. Ashley, I'd give it 4 Cleos. KJ, 4 stars. Ellen, 5 stars. Kat reads 4 Cleos. Amber Scott, 4 Cleos. Yes! Guys, I really felt like as I was reading this book, I really felt that I thought for a little bit that we we were going through like a book club slump, which is okay. For me, I was going through a book club slump, but this book rekindled that. I'm very much so. And 5 stars. Renee, it's a solid 3 Cleos, willing to move up, but I wasn't Maddie's biggest fan. So those are some of the questions. If you guys are on the Patreon, because remember, all the posts that I normally do for book club are all on there for free. I have some questions about the growth of Maddie. Yes, KJ, you're fantastic. Okay, so let's dive into some of these questions I have. So the first question I have is, this cozy mystery was a little bit out of our normal comfort zone for book club, because our sleuth is a millennial. I mean, one could even say Gen Z, in the amount that like her life is social media. I also, this book made me guess a lot, or like not guess, but like think about my life a lot, because I do social media for a hobby, like with this book club and with my YouTube channel and things like that. And it made me go like, should I put my phone up more? Do I have like a healthy balance? Like, but what were your thoughts about Maddie at the beginning of the book? Specifically, like I'm thinking about when she tries to take she takes a selfie with Father Calloway and things like that. Like what were your thoughts about her at the beginning of the book? Because to me, I kind of like cringed a little bit, because I was like, oh no, is this too millennial? Is this too modern of a cozy for us to be reading? Because we've talked about this before, where there's like this divide with cozy mysteries and the rise of a modern cozy mystery, which sort of goes almost a little bit against the grain of what makes a cozy, right? Like the violence off the screen, right? The like I would say, when like for example, this book kind of pushed the limits of a cozy for me, and you guys can tell me if you agree. It pushed the general like what I know cozies is whenever we walked in and we saw, I'm trying to remember his name, hold on, loading in my brain. His name was Garrett Kelly, the second victim in the book, when he was hanging. That was a little like pushing the elements. Okay. I didn't like her. She was too shallow, and I didn't like all of the social media posts. Hashtag agree. I don't know. At the beginning, I wasn't a big fan of her, and the hashtags made me cringe, and I almost DNF'd it, but I'm glad I pushed through. Ashley, as an elder millennial, the selfies and hashtags were a little too much for me. Yeah, she was too rich kid for me. I thought that she was social media obsessed and a little self-absorbed, but her personality grew and I grew to really like her. I did enjoy the social media Gen X millennial aspect, or Gen Z. I found Maddie hilarious. I also thought she was always positive. I loved how determined she was to tackle challenges. I agree. I have an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 14-year-old. So this is my world, and so it didn't throw you off too much. I will one day, because Alex just turned 3 right now. I'm like, oh my goodness. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine where you're at right now, Amber. Okay, I did cringe and felt like the author was trying to appeal to modern readers, but I knew it was V.M. Burns, so I kept going. See, that's interesting. That's interesting. I could like have a whole entire video on the merits of trying to appeal to modern readers. Whereas like with my book, Death on Deck, all 4 of my protagonists are in their 60s. They're sexagenarians and like they're starting a new chapter of their lives. But I'm pitching it as like Golden Girls meets the Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood with like a dash of Miss Marple. Like I'm a millennial writing about these feisty older ladies because I love them so much and I don't want them to get lost in the woodwork with all of these modern younger sleuths. I didn't like at the beginning it felt as though she was self-absorbed. I'm usually not into younger sleuths, but I liked Maddie from the very start and her interaction with Father Calloway. I was hoping for growth from Maddie and it didn't disappoint. To be honest, it sounded like an elder author trying to write a younger character. The hashtags were annoying at first, but ended up fitting with the story. I agree. I would 100% agree with that. I may be in the minority, but I did like the hashtags. I feel like there's a good, so towards the end, I think I'm in the middle. At the beginning, I was like, oh no, hashtags. But then, like, as we kept going and we started to get to know Maddie's personality a little bit more, at least to me, I really liked the hashtags, especially because I don't know if you guys noticed, but the posts that she was doing on her social media started to get less self-absorbed. It started to be less about her and her selfies and what she's wearing and things like that, and more about like baby and taking pictures of him and uh bringing more revenue to the town. And like I feel like Maddie's heart grew, like I feel like it grew as we went, and her inward view of herself, I'm getting real deep in this cozy mystery, y'all. Her inward view of herself, and it always being about her shifted. And I think Burns did a really, really good job with shifting her mindset from herself and all of her selfishness and her insecurities. And I feel like she really, like I loved Aunt Octavia, and I am so upset that I'm like that we don't get to meet Miss Octavia more, because I really, really loved her character in the VHSs. That was fantastic. Oh my goodness. Like they had to rent a VHS tape from the library, like a VHS player. It's just glorious. But sorry, I can go on. I just really, really, really liked that aspect. And I think that Burns did a really good job of having having Maddie grow like that. Let's see. Okay, so I may be the minority, but I did like the hashtags. I love Golden Girls. Oh, thank you. I hope fingers crossed one of these days it'll be out in the world. The narrator did a good job. Good. So this is the only, I don't know if you guys saw my Instagrams last night, but So I've read now 108 books this year, and maybe 10 have been ebook or physical book. And all of book club books are always ebooks so that I can highlight all of the names and make our character list guide, but I really want to listen to them on audiobook as well. I'm spoiled. I want all of the books and the knowledge to come at me in all of the media forms. Yeah. Uh, I liked the hashtags too. Oh, thank you, Amber. I'm really excited. I'm just glad Maddie used hashtags and not just said the word hashtag. Yeah, that would have been annoying. Hashtag this, hashtag that. It was definitely a coming of age. Perfect. Yes, the story grew as Maddie grew. And that's really, really, really hard to do in a first cozy in a series, right? It really did show her growth through the hashtags. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you. They did get less for me. It got to be the main thing that was bothering me was that she was not doing the baking. I read a lot of baking mysteries, so her not doing the baking bugged me. I agree, but I love how as the book continued, she started doing the baking more and more and more. Like Aunt Octavia believed in Maddie more than Maddie believed in herself because her father never gave her a challenge in her life. Like if you aren't given expectations or like a high goal to reach from your parents, then what makes you, or not, it doesn't even have to be parents, it just has to be like someone in your life, what makes you want to strive to be better? She never had to strive to be better. She just met the status quo or what was expected of her to have that good life. And this was the very first time that she was pushed to be more, to do more, and to not just be a pretty face. I loved that. I loved the VHS thing. It was so good. I loved how she used social media to the advantage for everyone. It was a world she knew. She may have leaned into social media to have love and stability based on upbringing. I agree. Like I feel like when her mom died, when Leah died, I feel like the admiral just sort of shut down and fell into his work and then stopped seeing her as a daughter in a way. She was a soldier instead. Aunt Octavia hiding messages will keep me coming back, and I'm curious if she still hides messages in the second book. Oh, guys, I have so many discussion questions. We're going to come back to that, Carrie. I really enjoyed the narrator too. Oh, you guys are making me want to listen. Oh, I can just listen to book 2 on audio, and hopefully the narrator's the same. Okay, so I see that I had a typo in my discussion questions. So we have a lot of, one of the things that I loved about this book is the amount of diversity in this book from different races, different socioeconomics, and health related issues. Did this detract from you for a cozy mystery, or did it add to it for you? So I'm gonna talk while you guys write in your comments, but one of the things that I feel like Maddie's character, especially as like the very first time that you're meeting her, she's like rickety climbing up this airplane. I feel like she didn't have a ton of diversity when it came to her life and upbringing. Yes, she was around a whole bunch of Navy guys and things like that, and maybe she was around more diversity than I'm picturing. But I love that the cast is diverse in race. I love that it is showing all walks of life. A lot of people that I've talked about and talked to when it came to commenting on my channel and things like that about cozies is that they don't want to have the harshness of life put in their face. right? They say, I don't want to see, like, even though we come for the murder, but we stay for the characters. I like to say that when I'm talking about cozies to people who've never read cozies before. But a lot of times, even though there's murder, it's out of this box kind of murder. And there's not a lot of things that push you outside of your comfort zone when it comes to cozies. I loved the fact that this book had so many diverse, just in everything. Like, KJ, perfect. I love the diversity. There were different races, classes, armed forces, religions, job statuses, and age. I felt like this is one of the most inclusive cozy mysteries that I have read in a really, really long time. Like, I could not tell you another cozy mystery that has written such diversity so well. I'm bumping my 4 stars up to 5 stars. I'm sorry. Yep. Nope. That will be going and changing because I just, like, of course, like, I finished it last night, so it's very, very fresh on my mind. But I loved Hannah. And it absolutely, like, watching Michael with his grandmother and seeing her lucid moments versus her moments of forgetfulness, and it broke my heart. I teared up in this book, but my heart also warmed and I got chills reading how every single person in the community and at Baby Cakes took care of Hannah. And, like, they didn't make her feel less than. She could still come and bake. She could still come and work when she was able. Like, she was probably my second favorite character. I loved this aspect of the book. Marilyn, I enjoyed it too. I think it adds to the story for sure. To me, it just makes it feel like anybody could pick up this book and read it and find a character that they could relate to. Um, it felt organic, yes. Not that the author was checking a box to include someone. That has happened in other books. I could not agree more. Like, right now, it's very, very popular to have LGBTQIA plus uh like representation. To me, that's just like my godparents, my godmother is gay and my godfather is gay, and like we in my life, that's just normal. Like, I I agree. It was so well written and organic. I have such diversity in my family, from different races, different religions, different just, and to me that's just life. Everything should be colorful. Everything should have, like, everybody should just love everybody. And so I really, really felt like that was so well done. Ah, um there was so much community and love in it. I know what you're talking about, Amber. My mother has dementia, and I adored the way Hannah was revered. I thought about you a lot while reading this book, Lisa. I thought about you a lot. Um, and so I absolutely just loved that aspect of this book. So, um what were your thoughts in general about the town? So we have most of the book revolves around happening at the house on Lake Michigan with Maddie, who is learning how to bake from Leroy, is learning how to navigate a small town life. Like, there's a lot going on. And then we only have one, maybe two real scenes at Baby Cakes before it gets burned down. And then we get sort of a feel of the office area where her lawyer Russell was, and where what is his name? Jackson Abernathy, the, Mastiff breeder, insurance owner, and interim mayor, sort of are housed. But how did the world feel to you comparatively to the other cozies that we've read? So Maddie gets in. She's told that she has to keep the shop for a year and like take care of baby. And she goes and she finds this beautiful house on Lake Michigan that is really, really wanted. People are trying to come and buy it. I could not stand I could not stand, what was his name? Bradley Ellison. He was disgusting. I could not stand him in any way, shape, or form. He was just, no, not a fan. Not a fan. He gave me creep vibes from the beginning. But to me, I feel like if anything is lacking in this book, it was the fact that we didn't really get a good feel of the cozy town. I feel like we got the coziness from the closeness in the community, which is why I'm okay with the cozy town not feeling like a character in and of itself yet. I would so much rather have all of the character building and the things that we got with this first book in the series than to dive deeper into the cozy town, I guess. I did not trust him from the start. Nope. He gave me vibes. I'm biased with the location. I've lived on Lake Michigan in Illinois, and Lake Michigan cozies are definitely comforting to me. See, I've never been to Lake Michigan. I did not like him either. The town could have had more personality or more descriptions of the town. It wasn't quite brought to life for me. I agree. I'm hoping that in book 2, now that she's laid the groundwork for the characters in general, that she will be able to do that. I don't think we really got a lot of the town. The clothes store. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, but that's kind of it. I was feeling a little lost when the bakery burned down, but the characters in the home gave me that sense of the town. I hope she rebuilds the bakery and we get more of the physical town in future books. Yes. The clothes store was so good. It made me want to just like touch like knitted things like that. I just want fall and winter, guys. That's true. I didn't really get a feel of the town besides the French restaurant. Yes. And the knitting store. You're about an hour from where the author is originally from. Ugh, I'm so jealous. Hey, Wednesday, how are you? This setting felt similar to her other series. It is more reality-based town, and it won't be a cozy town. I've never read a cozy that had a scene at a casino. That was a little different. Sadly, it was more character-based than scenic-based. Yes, except my sister has worked in a casino for 7 years, 8 years. And so I was really able to picture the casino aspect of it. I mean, I live in Oklahoma, guys. We have like you can't throw a rock and not hit either a church, a casino, or a Starbucks, really, here in Oklahoma. Yes, I'd love more of the town too, but the camaraderie really gave it a cozy feel. Speaking of camaraderie, what did you think about April the sheriff and her almost, I wouldn't say blasé, but very, very like relaxed detectiving skills? Like, was that believable enough for you to overlook it? I thought that it was really, really interesting that in this town they didn't have to be they didn't have to have like a college degree for to be like a law enforcement. Like I loved that she still went and took the classes that she needed and everything, but I thought it was really, really interesting, that kind of dynamic. I love that she is now basically going to become, or hopefully, fingers crossed, Maddie's like new BFF. I I really, really love that because I don't think I've read a cozy where the sheriff is a female and like doesn't have a romantic relationship with the sleuth, and that's why um they're able to get along. I really, really, really loved that aspect of this. It was another thing that was out of the norm of a regular cozy mystery that I quite enjoyed. I don't know if any of you all also saw that, but I really did. I really liked that. Seems strange that a cop had a relaxed attitude about murder. Yeah, I can see that. I was surprised by her lack of skill, but appreciated her honesty and willingness to seek help. I loved April. Typically, the sheriff is a hard case and blindly suspects the main character. April was very smart and likable. Yeah, like I am so excited that she moved into the lake house basement, and I'm so flipping excited about that whole entire relationship and how it develops. The sheriff moving in with Maddie was different. I'm just going with it. Lake Michigan real estate is expensive. The Domestic Diva series has a female cop, Officer Wong, but April was much relaxed versus the other cops I've read. Yeah, like in the Bake Shop Mystery series by Ellie Alexander, they eventually get a female police officer, but it's like, I think it's like book 5 or 6 before she's there, and she's very much a hard case. She relaxes throughout the series, but it was very, very interesting seeing this kind of dynamic between those two characters that are normally not as cozy with each other. uh let's see. How was the mystery for your liking? Like, were there just enough red herrings, or were there too many? So we have the underlying mystery of how Octavia died. Hannah is bound and determined that Octavia was murdered. We find the mayor killed in Maddie's bakery. He's been stabbed with a knife that only has her fingerprints on it, and they had a disagreement that evening or that earlier about wanting her to sell the shop, and then we have the killing of Garrett Kelly, who had a huge torch for Miss Octavia, and he killed it. It was just, to me, it was like, oh my goodness, there are so many layers, and like the layers didn't bother me. I was happy with the layers because it kept building on each other. I didn't feel as though I was being too led astray. And then we find that the person that killed the mayor was Garrett Kelly, because Garrett Kelly was told by Bradley Ellison, the gross guy, that that the mayor had killed Octavia. So Garrett took him out. But then Ellison killed Garrett and then tried to kill Maddie, but shot Michael instead. It was like, oh my goodness. But then he swears that he's not the one that killed Aunt Octavia. Oh, there's so many things. So I love the relationship between Maddie and the sheriff. It was fun and different. There were a lot of dead bodies, or just more modern than other cozies. Yes, yes. I didn't think Miss Octavia's murder has been solved. Yeah, I love the hidden messages from Aunt Octavia. Look forward to seeing how that may play out as the series progresses. I thought the mystery was fine. I would have rated it lower if there were more social media and less mystery. The mystery lacked something for me, but I can't really pinpoint what was missing. Maybe there were too many hashtags that got in the way. Yes, Aunt Octavia's murder is a cliffhanger. I loved the layers too because they were all intertwined with the storyline and the original murder. Yes, the layers were absolutely fan-flipping-tastic. So so that's something that multiple people have said. Did you guys notice that we were left with a cliffhanger on who really killed Miss Octavia? And how did that make you feel when it came to the end of the book? Because the thing is like, you guys know, I love mysteries within a mystery, but like the way that it was written, I really thought, sorry, Clue jumped on my table. I really, really, really thought that we were going to figure out the killer of 3 people. And the fact that like there's VHS tapes and like she was talking about how it was someone close to them. And like I have no idea. Like I don't want to think that it was Leroy. I don't want to think that it was Michael. I don't want to think that it was Tyler or April or Hannah. Like I don't want to think that any of these people that have now become like our little cozy family could have hurt Miss Octavia. I don't want it to happen. But then I want to read more. And so like it was so good. I felt there was probably one too many shady dudes. Yes. Cozy's always seemed to love to kill a mayor, but I was reading it for the characters and Octavia. Yeah, I did notice and I loved that. I can't wait to read book 2. Made me want to buy the second book. I forgot that that Octavia's murder isn't solved. I know I love all the friends. The cliffhanger makes me want to pick up book 2. Guys, I'm gonna buy book 2. It's just gonna happen. Like it I'm just so happy with this month's book. I really, really enjoyed it. I felt like just everything it was like the perfect bits and pieces of all the things that I have been loving reading lately, all wrapped into like one little thing. I loved it so much. I wish Maddie didn't give Aunt Octavia's secrets like the video, the mad money, or the recipes. I wish she had kept that all to herself. I agree. Now, she didn't, I think she only told Leroy about the money. The videos, I think she did tell people about that. And I do wish that she had kept the recipes a little bit longer to herself, just so she could learn to like I don't know, learn how to bake and like have like midnight practices of trying to perfect, that chocolate cake. But I really, really, really enjoyed this. So, I are you going to pick up the second book? I mean, a lot of you guys are like already saying that I wish or that you're going to pick up the second book in the series. I know that I am 1,000,000%. And I want to say thank you guys so much for giving me the grace to have this month's book also be a animal cozy, because I swear I looked and I was like, okay, this is going to be fine. Oh, look, we're doing an animal cozy, because for some reason in my head this was a baking cozy. I don't even know. It's the lack of sleep. I promise. It's the lack of sleep. But we do have a look. Yes. So let's see. I was so sad that the cookie recipe or the chocolate cake recipe wasn't in the book. I agree. So we've got Amber who wants to read the next one, and that's okay that you don't want to read the second one. Ellen does, Alicia does, Lisa has already purchased it. We'll be reading the second one for sure. Yes. Okay, yes, I'm so sorry, guys. I know we're supposed to be reading Senior Sleuths, and you know how much I love myself some Senior Sleuths. We will rectify this, I promise. But for this month, for September, we have The Time for Murder is Meow. It won by T.C. Lo Tempio, and it says, When her TV series is canceled, struggling actress Shell McMillan considers it a blessing in disguise. A beloved aunt who recently died left her a pet shop in her will. So it's another leave in the will one. And she sees it as a perfect chance to walk away from Hollywood and make a fresh start in a sleepy town of Fox Hollow. I love the name of that. But adjusting to small town life won't be easy, as Shell realizes when the head of the museum board is found murdered not long after Shell had a very public argument with her. And when the new kid in town is fingered for the crime, she'll have to rely on her own wit and pluck and the kindness of strangers to get herself off the hook. Desperate to exonerate herself and catch the real culprit, Shell begins digging into the lives of the local residents, and she quickly discovers that the victim had no shortage of enemies. As the suspect list grows and time runs short, Shell and her cats will have to claw their way out of danger, and it's meow or never. Bum, 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 bum. I love that. Side question, where can we get your shirt? Oh, so this is on the Redbubble shop. So let me, Redbubble. You can get the shirt or stickers. Like I've got Cleo on my mug. So you can go to the shop. Let me just I can just put the link on here if you want me to, and you can get you can get anything that you want, basically. Let's see. I'm going to read book 2. Yes, this is a good author. Some hit more than others, but she is very generous in promoting others as well. Awesome. I don't think I've ever read a T.C. Lo Tempio book before, but I'm not sure. I'd have to go and look. The Nick and Nora mystery series, you've talked about them in my comments before, is my favorite series this year. Hopefully this series is just as good. Looking at next month's book on Hoopla, one of the cats has one eye, already in love with them, right? You are so welcome. Thanks. I have the mug. Yes. I have like stickers, and the shirt is really, really comfy and cozy. So you can get all of the things. I feel like my youngest is about to walk in. Hello, Alex. I'm about to say goodbye to people so I can put you to bed, okay? Yeah. Okay, you can't come on camera. No, good sir. No. Good night, everyone. Oh, Ivy, we missed you. Good night, everyone. We will talk on I think the next book club is on the 27th of yes, are those good snacks? Guys, I'm sorry. I don't want him on camera. Good night. I love you all, and I will see you guys later. Bye.